Hello and welcome to this introduction to Perq. In this screencast, we will provide a brief overview of the different areas of Perq and point out some key features to help you get started. When you log in, you are taken directly to the Plan screen. The Plan screen is like your personal dashboard where you plan and manage your leave. This Request Leave form is immediately ready for input and is used to submit all leave requests. To make a request, just enter a description, select a start date, and specify how many days of which leave type you want to use for the request. As you can see, there are several to choose from. The leave types available will depend on your company policy. At the bottom of the screen are the days gauges. These provide real-time data about available leave balances, and they will update as new requests are made. Use these gauges to get a quick view of how much leave time you have used and how much you still have available. In the upper right is the company shared calendar. You'll use this when planning time off to check for company holidays, which are highlighted in gray, or check the status of coworkers highlighted in blue. Your request will appear in green. Administrators have access to the Manage site area. Here you'll find tools to respond to leave requests, manage employee user accounts, and set up company policy. Let's take a quick look at how policy works in Perq. When you first create your Perq account, no policy will exist, but it is pretty easy to create policy and get started quickly. We'll cover how to create policy in detail in a later screencast. Policy is segmented into 3 sections. Company earning rules, where you define the rules that govern how leave is earned. Holidays and company closed, which allow you to specify which days the company will be closed. And additional leave, which includes other common but less frequently used types of leave. To get an idea of the power you have using Perq to configure policy, let's take a look at an earning rule. To modify a rule, position the mouse over the rule you wish to edit and select Modify. In the pop-up screen are all the configuration options for this leave type. The start date specifies when this rule will become effective and employees start earning leave time. Perq benefit levels are used to allow employees to earn leave based on how long they have been employed. Perq supports earning leave time both annually or accrued. You can even use them in combination if you need to. There is also support for leave rollover into the next year. Make all the necessary changes and click Save to close the window. Next, let's take a look at the Employees tab. This is where you create and manage employee user accounts. It has 2 modules, Administrator and Approver. Users with Approver level permissions only have access to the Approver module, while users with Administrator level permissions have access to both the Approver and Administrator modules. To add an employee, click the Add New Employee button, enter the employee's information. Make sure the start date and email address are correct because leave is calculated based on start date and the email address is used for their login name. In the gauges to the right, you can see the yearly leave this employee has the potential to earn based on currently defined policy. Current leave shows the number of days this employee has already taken and his or her remaining balances. Since this is a new employee who hasn't used any leave, the used days are blank. There is also an optional override that can be used to make ad hoc changes to leave balances. You might use this for compensatory time or bonus vacation time. To use override, just enter the new desired value. When you save, this will replace the current balance. Once everything looks correct, click the Add Employee button. The employee will be added to the list and will be sent an email informing them of their new account with Perq. You can add all your employees manually, or you can have them create their own accounts at my.perqworks.com/signup. Employees who create their own accounts will appear in the list and be highlighted with the Unconfirmed alert. To confirm an employee, select Modify, confirm the account information, most importantly double-check that the start date is correct. If everything looks right, then change the status to Active and click Save. Now let's move on to the Requests tab. This is where approvers and administrators will spend most of their back office time managing employee leave requests. The first thing you see in Requests is the Overview module. This provides a shared calendar that highlights the days employees have requested off. And to the right is a list of who's off the next 7 days. Just above that, in the top right, is the Pending Requests notification bar. This displays the number of current pending requests. As you can see, we have 3 requests that require our attention. Clicking the View button will filter the request list below to show only pending requests. At this point, you have several ways you can respond to the requests. Using the checkboxes, you can select multiple or all pending requests and use the bulk Approve or Decline buttons. Or you can use the one-click response from the options available for each individual request. Also, you can click View to see the details of the request before making a decision. In most cases, you will probably click View to see the details, so let's do that now. In the detailed view, you can see the duration of the request and the summary of the employee's available balances for all defined leave types. There is a shared calendar here for quick reference. To the right is any request message the employee might have included describing the purpose of the request. Below that is a list of the most recent requests for this employee, rounding out all the information you might need to make a decision. The optional Approver response can be used to enter a message explaining your decision or just to send a note to the employee. Once you're ready, select the appropriate response button, Decline or Approve. Then the status of the request will update accordingly and an email containing your response will be sent to the employee. Although we went over it in detail here, really this whole process will only take a couple of seconds. So this has been a brief overview of the main functions of Perq. Be sure to check out other screencasts of specific areas and functionality for more details on how Perq works. That's it for now. Thanks for watching, and thanks for using Perq.